Well, hello. Today I wanted to do a review for the Craft Ears Omnium, an IEM that comes from Poland, CEO Jedrag. I really want to make this review simple and I'm gonna share some details, but I'm just gonna go through it as fast as I can. As I'm on vacation, I'm not at my desk, as you see, like simple table and everything. So Craft Ears Omnium. Uses the build quality, as you see in here, is amazing. It uses carbon fiber. Cable is nice. I use the spin fits while testing this IEM. It uses, I think, one dynamic driver, one planar for the mids, and also five balanced armatures. No ESTs for the treble, which I like usually. Just generally, how I feel about the IEM. I think it's a fantastic IEM. Been testing it for a week, I would say a week and a half, and it really is an amazing IEM. But it's on the natural side, and it does have amazing details. But I think this IEM, where it shines, it's through its mids and vocals and the separation of the vocals and the breaths and the certain details. It's definitely a special tuning. I've never really experienced an IAM that is tuned natural, like throughout like the frequency, but it's not boring. It's a weird tuning, definitely. And for me, if you're listening to things that are dominated by bass and you know hip hop, reggaeton, I think, this I am wouldn't shine with these genres. I think it's mostly best with, uh, you know, vocals, guitars, pop music, things that don't require a lot of bass. It does have a good quality bass and texture though, but I don't feel it does have that, that extra slam for reggaeton. Doesn't sound as warm as other monitors. So some other, like, if you like me, you're 100% like hip hop, reggaeton, EDM, then this I am might not excite you as much. Mainly because I feel like the bass needed more quantity. The quality is there, the texture is there. Uh, you know, the vocals and everything is fantastic, but I feel like, the bass needed more quantity, and also the treble needed more boosting, like especially on the lower treble to the upper mid region. Now, yes, the vocals are forward. You could hear them very well because you don't have a lot of mid bass bleed. So that's why the vocals will shine. They will sound good. Uh, and yeah, so they will sound exciting, engaging. But for me, I felt like when I tested it, I mainly listened to things that require a lot of bass. Uh, and I felt other IAMs, outshine the Craft Ears Omnium. I tested it with mainly three sources. That's what I have right now: the Hive R8 version 2, and also the R6 Pro version 2, and the Questyle M15. This is the first version. These two, render the presentation very dynamic, very natural, very smooth. There is no harshness in the triple side or the bass. It's very almost like referencey type of like experience or listening experience, where the Questyle M15 will renders the presentation more of a V shape, so you will get more bass and triple emphasis, but it will be not as dynamic as those dabs, and also it will lower the like technicalities. Like stage gets a little bit in the intimate side, but love the presentation, like with this dongle. It's just like so energetic. So I would assume if you use this IM with different dabs, different tips, different cables, I think it's gonna change a lot. You could like tweak things to bring out a little bit of that bass, and because the bass sounded really good with this dongle, but still I felt like I liked the presentation better with the dabs because it's more dynamic, more separated, more controlled, and everything is just sounded perfect. Now, if we wanted to compare, the Craft Ears Omnium, I think it sounded like generally the sound quality is there. It's a perfect monitor. Like I'm not like saying anything negative. It's a fantastic monitor for someone who likes sort of like referencey type of listen, that it's not gonna color anything of the frequency response. Very natural, very tamed, and it will be more revealing through the mids. Then this IAM could be for you. You will enjoy this IAM. You will be excited listening to this IAM. But for someone who maybe is a treble head or a bass head, this not going to be as exciting for those group of people, because for me, I am a bass head and a treble head, and I love a little bit of extra boosting into that lower treble to bring the last bit of harmonics and details that are usually in the background a little bit. It's just to make the listening experience more engaging. So this I am doesn't follow that trendy overly boosted upper mid range, and for that reason, I think it stays a little bit more natural and tamed, and the bass is separated, doesn't bleed into the mids. And it's not fatiguing listen. It's just a natural listen with tons of amount of details, separation, and breaths in the vocals and all of that. Comparing it to the Mest would I think the Omnium is a step above the Mast in terms of technicality, overall stage and all of that, and separation of the instruments and the vocals and everything. It's just the Mast will have more energy through the upper, the high frequencies. It's just super hot monitor. But in terms of it reminds me of the Mast because they all follow that like kind of referencey type of tuning. They don't have a lot of bass, and they go for resolution, and they like our resolution beats. And that's what I feel about these two monitors. But the Mist is just too like it's just almost like it follows that bright warm tonality, but it's more bright than it's warm. And I would say this also slightly about the Craft Ears Omnium. I think it does follow that. It tries to follow that bright warm tonality, but I think mostly it stays natural. It's revealing. If the track has a lot of bass, then it will give you that bass. If it doesn't, then it will not try to color anything. So it's more sensitive to the recording or the file that you play in. So if the music will be just guitars and cymbals, it will exactly reveal what's in the track. It will not overcolor any part of the the song or the frequency. So it's an amazing monitor, but for my preference, I would probably require more bass. And these two monitors come in, which is the Fur Audio Radeon 6 and the Xenon 6. And I feel like these monitors are in the same, at least these two, in terms of technicality, they're the same. I would say the Omnium probably have wider stage. These will have probably the depth will be better. So you would feel like with the Radeon and the Xenon, you would feel like maybe it's more intimate than the Omnium, but they will be like very like they will have more depth within the stage. It's crazy. You will feel like you're dreaming through this, like the music. You sort of like you're hypnotized, and also you're falling into a black hole. It's just like you're hypnotized because of like the depth and the things that you'll be able to pick out. And what I like about these IAMs is they have better bass, but also the triple extension is crazy. It's super engaging. And comparing to the Omnium has a great triple, but I'm not really sure if it's the BA timbre. I'm not really 100% sure, but I feel like it stays polite throughout the listening experience. It doesn't get harsh. Where these IAMs, especially the Radeon, gets peaky at times or gets very hot. Even on the red module, The Xenon, I don't experience a lot of like, triple peakiness, even though it has a lot of crazy triple extension and quality. But yeah, these IAMs are kind of different in the opposite direction because the Xenon has a lot of mid bass. It will slam a lot and it will give you, it still remains resolving because of that, triple extension, which is, crazy. The Radon 6 is even more revealing and resolving because it doesn't have as much mid bass, so you'll be able to pick out the details slightly better than the Xenon 6. Uh, and I feel like some of the details will be picked out of the Omnium even easier than the Radon 6 because of, I feel like the bass on the Omnium is just way too controlled and doesn't have as much quantity in bass as the Radon or the Xenon. So you'll be able to hear more breaths through the vocals, like the instrument separation could be slightly better. But in terms of details that come out of the lower triple, I feel like these IAMs would do that better. It, Therefore, that like the whole listening experience will be more engaging and more exciting because of that lower treble to upper mid range boosting. It will just make it more exciting. They're not harsh. I think they're all IAMs here tuned great, except the messed it's tuned perfectly, but it's just like it gets super hot. But these three IAMs, I think they're perfect. It's just different tonality. So if you're 100% hip hop, things that require a lot of bass, drums, and things of that sort, then I would go for the Xenon or Radon. Radon would be more technical beast because it has less, coloration through that mid bass, and it has more weight through its upper mid range. There's some weight through the vocals and has some like details that will be more distinct than the Xenon. All of them are great IAMs. If you're looking for that thick sound, note weight, then these two IAMs will give you that. These IAMs, especially Omnium, will not give you that thicker sound, that warm mid. It will stay clean. It's not boring. It will stay clean and it will give you that engaging listen through the vocals, and everything else is supporting its mids, sort of like it's giving you great vocals, it's giving you great resolution and details and everything. But if you, I'm not really sure about the BA timbre because I haven't listened to a lot of high end monitors with BA and the triple. So all of these I think use ESTs, and I think the must uses bone conduction for the mid. So I'm not really sure, but the IAM overall is fantastic. I think it's clean. It will be great for people, I think, or musicians that don't want a lot of coloration and they want to hear their voice coming through so emotionally and detailed. Then the Omnium would be the perfect, I think, for like musicians because it's tuned, to reveal things as it is. Doesn't color anything. It stays natural. And yeah, it's just a fantastic monitor. For me, it wouldn't be my preference because if you're like me, even I think I fall out of love with the Mest because of that bright and sort of like lack of warmth. And my favorite would be the Xenon or the Radon 6. These will satisfy me because they have the triple like bite, the crispness, the airness, and also that mid bass slam and all of that, like things that you need when you're listening to hip hop, when you're listening to rock music, the drums, the kicks. That's what I like mostly. And if you planning to get this IAM, email Craft Ears and ask them if you could get a test unit because they sent me this, but you need to pay for a deposit because they want to make sure that that IAM gets back to them safely. I would get in touch with JDRAC if you really serious considering this IAM. I've see a lot of people saying and a lot of reviews saying that the Craft Ears Omnium would slam hard. I don't think it does slam hard. It does have great bass quality, and texture is there, definitely. It's separated, it's very, has amazing decay. But I don't think, if you're a bass head, this is not a bass head level, just like the Mist. It's just, it stays controlled, stays clean. If you really want something a little bit more, slammy but controlled, and it will give you that engaging listen and crazy triple emphasis, then the Raydan is my favorite. It still, I think, is available for custom through For Audio's website. As Universal, you probably need to hunt a used version. Yeah, but other than that, I think I covered everything. The Omnium wouldn't be my first choice for bass dominated genres. If you listen to vocals, female or male vocals, guitars, modern music like pop, anything that doesn't have a lot of bass, I think it will sound good. And if you're a triple head, probably you need to play with the cables or the sources to get satisfactory, listening experience. If you require a lot of, like, lower triple and crispiness and airness, because I think this IM stays very natural, non-fatiguing throughout, its tonality, not even in the bass. The only thing is, like, it has very prominent mids, and you will hear the vocals, very clearly and distinctively. Uh, yeah, that's mainly it. These are the tips that it comes with. It comes with this hard case, an amazing case. I think I like this case. I think similar to For Audio new cases, because For Audio I have these kind of huge cases. Yeah, I mean, at this price point, you definitely need a case that it's gonna protect your IAM. But yeah, guys, other than that, if you have any specific questions, ask me in the comments. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna review the Omega, because I think I'm interested in that. I just got an email from Fat Freak that we will be getting the Grand Maestro Anniversary Edition next month, February. So they keep delaying because they're saying they need to acquire certain parts of for the IM. They're using gold, whatever. It's just taking forever, man, and they're not probably trying to refund the money. But in a different note, I'm not trying to drag this video. Yeah, Craft Ears Omnium, great IEM. For my preference, if I wanted to give it a rating out of 16, I'd probably say 12 out of 16, 12, 11 out of 16, just because of that bass. I would require more bass, and lower triple perhaps. But other than that, congratulations, Jedrak. This is a fantastic IM. I truly enjoyed listening to it. And yeah, I'm looking for something that is maybe more warm that you could come up with in the future. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to review this IM, and also extending the duration of the review test, or for the unit to stay with me. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm out.